statement. You didn't need an assignment statement because it was just the result of the expression. And people wrote operating systems in this stuff. Yeah, okay, university experimental operating systems, but they used a technique called lazy evaluation, where it said, I don't have to evaluate the whole list. I can evaluate just the start of the list. And so long as you don't ask for the very right-hand end of the list, I can just keep evaluating the front end of the list. So what was an input stream was just a list where we haven't evaluated all the input. So I could get input. And output was the same thing. Here was the start of a list, and I'm spitting it out, but I'll only put things out as needed. So it turns out you could do some really good stuff. But the idea, loads of variants, the syntax changed radically across all of these languages. But the idea was the same. And the fundamental idea was that you were declaring what the programs had to do without any sense as to how they were going to do it. We had a guy at the university who actually had created the Lisp version of Lisp. And he had programmed the 8 queens problem. Does anybody know what the 8 queens problem is? Chess players? The idea is to locate 8 queens on a chessboard so that none of them can take any of the others. And he had an 8-line program that solves the 8 queens problem. Well, why? Because it's dead easy in recursion. It's sort of kind of try things until you find an arrangement that fits. Now, it turned out he had another colleague who had a very big Fortran program that solved the 8 queens problem. And he was really proud of his Fortran program because it was as fast an 8 queens solution as you could possibly get. So one day he came to Peter, the Lisp guy, and said to Peter, I hear you've got an 8-line program. And Peter said, yes. And Herbie said, And Peter, being Peter, just said, do you want to race? Because Herbie had the belief that 8 lines, because he was a Fortran programmer, 8 lines meant it had to be real fast. So he said, well, mine's not quite working right now. And they never did race. And Peter knew that he was about 10,000 times slower. But sometimes you can get away with it just by saying, do you want to race?
That's called bluffing in poker.
It is absolutely. Yeah. Well, he didn't run it, and he said, yes, you win. You win. But the point was the simplicity of his program was what he won. He won because he was able to create an 8-line program. It wasn't a difficult program to create. But he was able to write that 8-line program and have confidence in it because it just said what the result had to be. It didn't say anything about how to compute it. Whereas the Fortran program was all worried about how you compute and not about what end result you have to get to.